Welcome to today's yoga morning practice, moving all parts of yourself. Also a focus on finding stability, finding your feet, dropping your experience into your feet. We'll also explore shaking, swaying out any unnecessary tension. And this could be a great practice for the morning, but also amazing as a mid-afternoon practice or in the evening as you close off your day. We'll start standing. Place your feet pelvis width apart. Let's start off with self-love, radical act of self-care during these challenging times. Resting one hand on the top of the opposite shoulder and the other arm across your body, somewhere around the opposite shoulder blade or below. And let's soften the space in between our ears and the base of the skull and the neck with some half circles. Letting go of anything you're trying to wrap your head around. I know a lot of us are trying to think our way out of a situation or trying to maintain a brave face. So soften your face as you drop into your body and allow the head to rest wherever is more loving. Allow yourself to soften into your own embrace. Feel what it feels like to be gentle with yourself. You could take a moment here to reflect on anywhere in your life where you long to introduce more of this, more self-care, self-acknowledgement. And from that place of radical self-care, breathe fully, not forcefully, evenly to the physical perimeters of your being, your vessel. And you could stay here in this shape of self-care, or you could slide your hands, one on top of your heart, one on the lowest part of your belly. Or maybe you would like to take one hand to the base of your skull and the other hand to your sacrum. Whatever gesture of self-care and self-love resonates with you, breathe into that. I find I need to bring more breath to the sides of my body in recognition of self-worthiness, self-value, tends to become constricted throughout the day. And also my back body, this sense of being supported by the universe, friends, family, divine, whatever that means to you. And carrying this sense of support, not only from your breath is your internal support system, but also externally using this sense of touch. Maintain that sense of your feet touching the ground, the earth rising up, meeting your feet where they are as you press down. Inhale, get a little bit longer through the spine as you release your arms to the side, slowly open your eyes. And as you exhale, flip the palms outward. And let's move from that sense of support and gratitude for having this opportunity to practice together. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching to the corners of the rooms as you reach up. And as you exhale, flip the palms away. And again, reaching to the corners of the room, pressing through the feet. 2 more times like that, rhythm of your own breath. And exhaling. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms face each other, make light fists. We'll free up our shoulder blades, our wings. We're gonna do opposite. So making circles with your shoulder blades. So as one shoulder blade elevates, the other depresses. As one protracts, the other retract. For 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it other way. Bring up those shoulder blades. Have the movement come from the shoulder blades, initiated from your scapula. 2 and 1. Slowly open your hands and release your palms to your thighs. Inhale, like your hands are a paintbrush, your wrists are a paintbrush. Reach your arms up, and as you exhale, flop and let your hands land on your thighs. Waking up our legs. Inhale, exhale, flop. One more time. Inhale and exhale, flop. Begin to bounce, bounce, bounce. Let's bring in a sense of resiliency, bounciness. Swing can turn into shaking. Yeah, shaking. However feels good for you. Even your hips. And there's an expression in English, I don't know about other languages, to shake it off. This is the perfect opportunity to do that. And it's also a good reminder not to take yourself too seriously. Even sway your arms up and down, and then begin to settle, find your center, close your eyes, feeling that sense of aliveness as you shake off anything again that doesn't serve you positively. And slowly open your eyes. Take your hands to your hips. We'll face the front of the mat. Today, one of the key actions is to find stability in the heel, the front heel. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot back, however is comfortable stance for your lunge. And we'll keep the right knee for this variation behind our right toes. Now press down through your right heel and then bend the back knee a couple times, get nice and buoyant. It's all good to dance, but make sure you maintain connection to all sides of your right heel. And find your bouncy, bounce into center here. Keep the back knee bent. Interlace the fingers and press the palms forward. Then reach the palms up, press to the front heel, hug the hips in towards each other, and leaning side to side a couple times. Oh yeah, think of this as a big body yawn. Maybe a little tahina jar. As you scrape out the last of the tahina with your body in circles. Find center and release your arms, let them swing. Yeah, from the inner borders of your inner shoulders out through your fingertips. And we find center. Hands to hips, straighten the front leg enough to turn to the left. Bouncy bounce. So today's practice will be relatively wrist friendly. Most of the practice will be standing today. But you're about to find out you can still create some heat. You can still work hard without a bunch of high to low push-ups. We'll give the wrist a break today. Okay, finding your center. Interlace your fingers the weird way. Like you feel like you're holding onto someone else's hand. Press the palms forward. Press through the left heel, lift up. Belly and ribs soften to the back body, side to side, explore. It's all good to dance. This is a practice of responding rather than reacting, becoming adaptable, because life off the mat doesn't always go as we plan. Bring it back to center, release the arms, and allow them to swing. All right, this is our practice for off the mat as well. Settle the arms, hands to the hips, lengthen the legs, and again, turn to the right. Bouncy bounce, press to that front heel. All right, drop your experience down into your feet and allow this bounciness to remind you of your sense of resiliency. Finding your center. This time, press to the front heel, interlace your fingers, press thumbs into your sacrum, lift the armpits up, and bring the shoulder blades onto your back. Inner elbows closer in towards each other. Pull your hands apart and lift the thumbs from your back body. Now keep that openness through the chest. Begin to squeeze your arms towards straight. Press to the front heel, belly and ribs in, and breathe for 3, 2, 1, let the arms swing, maybe even let the back leg bend and bounce. And we switch sides, other way. To the left, bouncy bounce. Find your center. All right, we don't have to jump and stay in one shape right away. Ease your way into it with some bouncing. Find your center, interlace your hands the weird, awkward way. Thumbs to sacrum. Press through the front heel, lift the armpits, roll the collarbones open. Inner elbows in towards each other, lift the fists, and then keep that sense of openness. Squeeze the arms towards straight. You can keep the back knee bent. Sides of the throat lengthen, back of the skull up for 3, 2, and 1. Little bounce, release the arms, let them swing. Switch on over to the other side. Now I'm going to switch directions so you can see. We'll make our way into Warrior 2. Adjust your stance, heel to arch alignment, and extend your arms out to the side. Flip your palms up. We'll explore Reverse Warrior to extended side angle with the dance of that self-embrace. So Reverse Warrior, and wrap your left arm across the front of your waist. As you exhale, now the other arm. While we move and explore in the upper body, can you maintain that sense of groundedness and stability through your feet, especially your heels for today? Let's do 2 more. Rhythm of your own breath. You could even bend that top elbow, making a nice yin and yang shape. Let's find center. Again, find your power on the path through the feet. Flip the palms up. Let's reach forward. So sliding and gliding the ribs. And as you come back to center, palms down. Flip the palms up, reach. And palms down, center. 3 more times, Om breath. And meet yourself where you are. Take breaks when you need. And 1 more. All right, straighten out that front leg. Bring the feet parallel. Let the arms dangle. Whew, let that go. And Warrior 2 to the left or to the other side. Bending that front knee to a square, press through your heels. Reverse Warrior with that loving embrace. Bend the top elbow. You think of it as yin and yang, extended. And can you maintain this sense of stability in the lower body? Maintain this sense of steadiness as life swirls above, as you explore different ways, different shapes, to give yourself some extra love, to receive love from yourself. And can you maintain a sweetness in the strength and stability? Right? We can still be gentle with ourselves and whatever process we're going through. Palms up, finding your center. Glide the ribs forward, palms down, and find center. About 4 more like that. Rhythm of your own breath. And meeting yourself where you are. And this is chill, challenging as you like. I just started to play around with my spirals of my arms if you like to do that. And then bring it to center. Straighten out the front leg, feet parallel. Swing those arms. Swing, swing, swing. Take your swinging to center, hands to hips, toe, heel your feet together. And we'll meet at the top of the mat. All right, extra focus and attention on our butts today, our glutes. Pressing through the heel. Right foot stays forward. Bring your fingertips together, so we'll hug into midline in the upper body. And we have this sense of hugging in and stability in the upper body to support us in the movement of the lower body. Step the left foot back into a lunge, not your longest stance, adjust however you need to. Press through that front heel. Bring the upper body about 45-degree angle, shoulder blades onto the back. Now press to the right heel, reach your seat back, and then from there, keep pressing through the right heel, bring your left knee forward. Tap the left foot back, forward and back. Best you can, you have this intention of keeping the right knee behind your toes for this movement. About 5 more. Rhythm of your own breath. Keep pulling that outer right seat back. Try not to dump into that outer right hip. Press the right heel down. And we're going to add on next round. Press through the right foot, straighten the right leg, left knee into the chest, and press your arms back. 2 more times like that. Reach the hips back, tap the left toes, press through the right foot, left knee in. 1 more time, reaching back, press down, lift up, reaching it back, and now straighten the legs, shorten the stance until both heels are on the ground. So left heel is on the ground. Interlace your hands behind your back, bend the elbows. You can set up like we did before. Stay here. If this is too much for you, then bend your elbows and hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand. 45-degree angle with the upper body, not even halfway. Belly and ribs in, and press down through your feet. Keep the back of the skull nice and long. Breathe. Breathing fully. All sides of your body. Another 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift the upper body just for a moment. 45-degree angle again. Back leg is a clear standing leg. Press to the right heel and flex your entire right ankle and your toes to your shins and slowly lower down. Lift it up and lower down. 3 more like that. Rhythm of your own breath. Lowering down. Good. Nice. And 1 more. Slowly releasing. Bend the front knee, ball the back foot. Fingertips together. Okay. And then bring your hips back, standing tall on the right leg. Left knee into the chest. And lower your left foot to the ground. If you like, you could shake it out, shake your feet, flutter your lips a couple times. Oh yeah. Okay. This time, left foot forward. Left foot forward. Fingertips together. Awareness of your left heel and your left glute have a connection. They have a relationship. Keep them connected. Reaching the right foot back. Press to the left heel. Reach your hips back. Keep that connection of left heel, left glute. Right knee forward. Tap back. Forward and back. Outer left hip in and back. Best you can. Keep that left knee behind the left toes. You have 4 more. 3, 2, belly and ribs back. And 1, let's add the right knee lift. Press to the left foot, lift the right knee. 2 more times like that. Reach back, lift up. 1 or 2 more. Let's meet with that lunge. Straighten them both legs, shorten the stance enough that the back heel is to the ground. Interlace your fingers the weird way or other forearm on top. 45-degree angle as you hinge at the hips. So not halfway, 45-degree angle for this variation. Back leg is a strong standing leg. Often I like to keep a slight bend in my elbows. I get more accessibility to rolling the collarbones open. Breathe for another 3, 2, 1. Hands to hips. Come on up for a moment. Lower 45-degree angle again. Really strong, clear back leg. Lift your left toes, flex your left ankle, and lower. Lift and lower. You got 3 more. 3 more here. 2 and 1. Ball the back foot, fingertips together, bend the back knee. Press the left heel, outer left hip back, reach your butt back. Stand tall, right knee in. And slowly lower it down. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Yeah. Release any concern for looking good. All right. Too much seriousness creates rigidity, and what we really would like to explore is adaptability, stability, and mobility. And let's stand. You can keep your arms at your sides. You can bring one hand to your heart, one to your belly. With each inhale, root down through your feet, and then find the corners of your mouth reaching up. And as you exhale, hot of your mouth. Inhale, little smile. Keep that length, exhale. 2 more, rhythm of your own breath. And 1 more. Power in the pause. A couple more glorious moments to feel the effects of your efforts. Slowly make your way to opening your eyes. Let's keep the right foot forward again. Hands to hips, step your left foot back. Get nice and bouncy, bounce, bounce, bounce. Let's explore eagle arms in our favorite posture today, lunging. Reach your arms up. Right elbow underneath the left. Twist like ropes or self-love, opposite hand to opposite shoulder or shoulder blades. Bend the back knee and bring the elbows down towards your belly. Press to the right heel and then straighten the legs, lift the elbows up. We'll do that. Good, couple more rounds, lower down and lift back on up. 3 more like that, lower down, pressing through that back, ball the foot, and that front heel. Pressing down. Good. After our last round, slowly releasing, sweep the arms up. And let the arms swing. And we switch directions. So again, we'll face the back of the mat or to the left side. Bouncy bounce. Press through that front heel. And back knee still slightly bent. Reach the arms up. Left elbow underneath. Lower the back knee, lower the elbows. Press through that front heel. Lengthen the legs, lift the elbows. We'll do that about 5, 6 more times. This is great training for the brain and body. Really nice for the nervous system. Our brains and our bodies and our nervous system love just the right amount of novelty, doing things differently to keep stuff interesting and balanced. And also, it's pretty difficult to think about your to-do list when you're asked to do new stuff. Right? You're placing your attention somewhere other than the usual. That is a good example of mindfulness. Bending the front knee, back knee, reach the arms up, let the arms swing. And slowly make your way to the front of the mat. Follow the back foot and step the back foot forward. Your left leg will be your standing leg. We'll explore an example of funky chair, also known as figure 4 chair. So your left leg will be your standing leg, your left leg standing leg. Without using your hands, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Without using your hands, externally rotate your right knee to the right, cross right ankle over left thigh bone. Now be really mindful here that you're not getting too sassy on that left hip, dumping to the left. Firm that outer left hip in and back as you sit back in an imaginary chair. Okay, so again, outer left hip not sinking to the side. Reach it back and in, hinge at the hips, belly and ribs in. You could grab onto a giant beach ball. You could use the fingertips in front of the heart, elbows wide, or grab onto that giant beach ball, finding one soft point of focus, breathing here. The drama tends to bubble up when we forget to breathe. You can also use a chair or a wall for support. Highly recommend. Pressing through that bottom heel. Breath. Internal support system. Not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. Another 3, 2. Now we're not done yet. We need to transition out. Press through that left heel, draw the right knee in towards your chest and slowly lower it down. Woo, shake it out. Reconnect to your breath. You can do a little bouncy bounce, 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 bounce. Woo, shake it off. We'll do the other side. Right leg is your standing leg. Take your hands to your hips. Without using your hands, draw left knee in and firm that outer right hip in and back. Without using your hands, you're using the muscles around your hips. Really important. Open up, left knee to the left, crossing left ankle over right thigh. And sit back in imaginary chair without getting too sassy with that outer right hip. Grab onto a giant beach ball. Belly and ribs in. Breathe. Right. You're finding a place of stillness and stability, but not rigidity. And the first place to explore that is with the breath. Right? You might feel your ankle, your foot doing micro adjustments, dancing to maintain this sense of center. That is great. It's a perfect example that's not a static state. Balance is you swaying in and out of center and finding your center, responding. Feel your body supported by your breath as it responds. One soft point of focus for another 3, 2, we're not done yet. 1, press through that right heel, standing tall, left knee in, and slowly release, shake it out. Super important to acknowledge the postures in between the postures. Right? We want to come out of postures as mindfully as we do in them. Let's face the long side of the mat. Bring your feet out wide. Toes could face forward or to the side, like slightly to the side. Hands to your hips. A little salsa dancing with the hips here. Shimmy side to side. I really like this after all that static, staying work and postures as fast or slow as you like. Oh, nice stretch for the inner thighs. You might feel it somewhere else. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finding your center. And again, you can keep the toes facing forward or slightly turned out. Hinge at your hips. If you have a wall nearby, this could be nice. I'm going to walk it back until my heels are like a couple inches away from the wall. And then lunge, bending the knees side to side. Or walk it back enough that your bottom is sliding across the wall. This could be nice to bring awareness if your hips are rotating. Use the wall for feel back to keep your hips level. So let the head go. Let's do 3 more each side as your bottom slides across the wall. And find your center. Walk your hands to whatever direction you like. We'll find downward facing dog as a rinse cycle. Pedal it out. We haven't done anything much weight bearing in our upper body, so be gentle with yourself. Sway the heels side to side. And we'll meet on our knees. You could take a child's pose, get a couple of cycles of breath, any variation you like. Okay, optional dolphin towards a headstand, or rather a forearm stand, whatever inversion you like. I'll start off with dolphin. Start with your elbows hip shoulder width apart. There is a common way that I see in, and I also learned early on in my learnings, to hold on to opposite elbow, opposite hand. The issue, the obstacle with this can be that one elbow is slightly in front of the other. I simply now place one elbow directly beneath my shoulder, slightly more narrow because there's a tendency for the elbows to splay out to the side. So if you start off more narrow, then the mat will catch you. Catch your elbows. Interlace your fingers or palms together. I'm going to interlace my fingers. Tuck your bottom pinky in if you would like a more even surface area. And then lifting, slightly shrugging my shoulders to my ears, and then melting the space in between my shoulder blades. And keep that belly and ribs in. Tuck your toes under. And then lifting your hips up. Walk the feet in a teeny bit. Let's keep the knees bent. So lift the heels, bend the knees. Press down through the outer edge of your hands. Press down through the center of your wrist, forearms and elbows, and reach the heart back. And let the head go. Let the contents of your brain drip down to the ground. You can stay here. Begin to lengthen the legs. Bring the feet together. Lift one leg, a couple cycles of breath. Whatever you like here, but make sure you're pressing away. And slowly releasing. You can make your way into puppy dog with the palms flipping up, with the head dingle, thigh bones straight up and down, or hips all the way back, flipping the palms up. Optional at the wall for another round. I'm going to turn my dolphin into a forearm stand. There's many ways to do this. I'll just demonstrate one. Might want to bring your mat up against the wall. Set up the same further away from the wall so that you have space for your head. And yeah, I'm going to set up, interlacing the fingers, elbows below the shoulders, lifting the armpits, melt the heart, curl the toes under, walking the feet in. Since I like to explore lifting up one leg, and the leg that's on the ground is going to bend, but the leg that's lifted is going to stay straight. And think of all that leg work we did, that you're going to lead with the back of your hips to the wall and stand the leg that's in the air on the ceiling. We did a ton of standing work. Right? You might alternate like I am. Alternate the legs. Now, as soon as you stamp your extended leg to the ceiling, press the ground away like crazy with your fist and your wrist and your elbows, and slowly release. Whew. Make your way into child's pose, way to play, way to explore. Couple more moments to marinate in that internal yoga buzz you created. Slowly make your way, hands and knees, onto your bottom, all the way onto your back. You can even roll it down. Feet as wide as the mat. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. One more time, each direction. And finding center, flowing bridges. Heels about pelvis width apart, arms at your sides, palms facing down. Back of the neck nice and long. Press to the outline of your feet. Lift your hips and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, lower it down. 5 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. After your last round, finding your back bend for today. It could be bridge or wheel. Starting off with robot arms, fingertips to the sky. Like lifting of your armpits, shoulder blades on the ground. Roof of the mouth presses down, shoulders down, elbows down. Press to your feet, lift your hips up. You can stay here, interlace your hands underneath your hips. If you like wheel pose, fingertips slightly underneath your shoulders. Hug the elbows in, root the arm bones down, lift the hips a little bit higher. Press on up, or you can lift up onto the crown of your head first. Belly and ribs soften in, and make sure you're pressing your hands and your feet down. Feet and hands. For 3. Lifting those outer hips up. 2. And 1. Slowly releasing. Make your way into constructive rest pose. Knees rest in towards each other. One hand to your heart, one to your belly. Allow your breath to settle. Bring your feet together, arms out wide. Right knee in, left knee in. Lowering your knees to the left. Taking a simple supine twist or any other twist that's calling for you. Sides of the waist, ribs towards the ground, knees center, and switch. Knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Relax your face, breathe fully into all sides of your body. Sides of the waist, ribs down, knees to center, hug your knees into your chest. Yay. Nice. Exploring this, again, this time for radical self-care. Feel free to take any other shape or movement that you need to round out your practice. Maybe a happy baby, maybe rockabye baby as you lean to one side, lengthen that leg. If not, we'll meet in a short but sweet resting pose, Shavasana, whichever shape you like. Entering a space of non-doing, just as important as all the doing. You are supported. Give the weight of your body and your bones to the earth. Let yourself be breathed as you soften from the inside out. Stay here as long as you're able to or need. If not, bring movement back to fingers and toes. As you deepen your breath, gently turn your head side to side. With awareness, bring your legs closer together, bend your knees, hug them into your chest. Give yourself a hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. Roll on over to your right side with awareness. Come on up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed. Or soft gaze, overlap your hands on top of your heart. Think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. And we'll end together one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill on up. Exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Thank you. Have a great